Okay, good evening, all of you. Can you hear me?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So sorry, got a little bit late. Okay. So we just started last class, but we didn't do anything. We didn't see anything because only 2 people were present there. So today I see Tharani, Manohari, Razina. Is there then? Yes. And Tilanka. Tilanka last class you didn't say anything about you. So just before starting this class, can you tell me something about you? Tilanka, can you tell me something about you? Last class also didn't say anything. Come on, quickly we'll just go through and then go on to the matter.
Sir, I am Tilanka. I am from Kandy. I am following HND Consumer Science and Product Technology, Naivala.
Are you employed? No, is it a full-time course or
Yes, sir, full-time course.
time course? What is that? HND?
HND Consumer Science and Product Technology.
Technology. Right. Okay. Then Tharani. Okay, thank you. You're from Kandy, no? Okay. Tharani Manohari.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I'm Tharani. I'm from Homagama. Currently working as a math teacher in international school.
Where in Colombo or Homagama?
Homagama.
So what is your basic qualifications? Do you have any other degrees or diplomas or for this
No,
profession?
actually, this is the degree I'm following currently, and I am qualified with early childhood education and childcare management, special needs education, as well as counseling and psychology.
Right. Okay, very good. So next, Razina. Razina, can you tell me the name is there? Razina's iPhone.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
Good. I'm Razina from Kagala. I'm a science teacher in a government school, and I have the national diploma in education. I mean, I have completed it.
National diploma in teaching or?
In teaching.
Yeah. Are you a passed out student of a college of education or?
Yeah, I am passed out student of a college of education.
Which college?
Adela Chennai.
So which batch you are now? I think which Razina? I don't know.
You know me, sir, but I think I am a sister of Rushaida. Can you relate that?
You are the sister of Ruzaida.
Yeah.
Rushaida, where are you from?
We are from Mavanalla, Kagala.
Mavanalla. So you were there in Atalachenne before Ruzaida?
Yeah. Me and sister, we both were there. And I did passed out in 2016.
16, then I was there another time.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah. Right. Okay. How is she now? Ruzaida?
She's fine.
Because I was internship supervisor, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah. That's
okay.
it.
Okay, right now let's convey my regards to her and salam. Okay, now let's come to the matter. So this is a curricular development. So because there are some people now, most of you are here, almost you are very much qualified to understand the concept of theme. So it's almost just for the sake of learning, I think, because you have good knowledge and experience regarding this, because as you said. So in this session, or in the first session in the sense, in the first module, so we'll be going through the ideas of curriculum development, then the role of curriculum. So role of curriculum in a school or in a society or in a student's life, something like that. Then, so the definitions that are given to curriculum, and the nature and the scope of curriculum, then the principles of curriculum development, and those are the things that we are going to see in this first module. we got a little bit late, I think, because the director wants me to cover it as quick as possible because you have to complete by December, no? Yeah, this course ends by December, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So somehow we'll manage because we have some knowledge in the concept. So we can do it well. Okay, now we'll start straight away, go to the matter now. I'll just share the screen and you can look at that. Now, can you see my screen now? So I'm unable to sharing screen, but it's not. Okay, right. So now you can see the screen, no? Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can see the screen now. Okay. So the first concept, principles of curriculum development and definitions, nature and school. So introduction, now you know that it's normally we get almost all the words in education from which language is there? That's from Latin, no? Normally, not only in education, almost all the fields we get these words. These are derived from originally the language of Latin. So curere or carere, or some people say that pronounce either way. That means it is a running track or a competition field or ground. Okay, you don't have to write anything. If you want, you can just note down briefly. But once this session or this module is over, I'll WhatsApp this to you. I'll send it to your director and he'll WhatsApp it to your group. Okay. But in case if you want just to answer some assessment questions that you have to note down briefly. So don't copy everything. I'll send you this. Okay. This is a running track. You know, that curriculum is because you have very good experience in school system and as well as other management systems. So, or a competition field or ground. So that means the learner who selects the particular track to achieve his ultimate target. And this track is the curriculum. Because without target or without a set target, you can't do anything. You know that even in our life or in our academic work or even in our profession or job, we normally set a target to achieve it, not to complete it. So that target is achieved through this curriculum track. Otherwise, unless if you don't have a target, you can't. Actually, you cannot be assessed. So you cannot be awarded anything with that because you can some other different achievement. Another person might have some other different achievement outcome. So you cannot be compared with if you don't have a track or a target or a curriculum, which we call. So the term curriculum was in use even in the 16th century in London and Glasgow universities, those days. But actually, the curriculum was indirectly introduced before Christ, BC, in the years of 3000 or something like that, in in Greece, by those who are the philosophers there, those days. Can you just tell them? Just name one or two. The philosophers in those age, before Christ, BC, what I am talking about now, the period. There were some educationists and some philosophers there. One very well-known people. Who are they? Socrates, then his student Plato.
Rousseau.
Yes, Rousseau was not there. No, Rousseau was in the 17th century. He was just about just about 300 years back from here. Not I'm talking about Aristotle. Yeah, these people were there. That's I'm talking about before Christ, right? BC. Okay, not AD. BC, before Christ. So this term was actually, it was not directly used by those people, but they had some set of targets to achieve. But that was not much famous because they had their own system or style of learning teaching. But now we introduce these things to the syllabus, to the people or the professionals who aspire them to become teachers or education or some any other learning or any other course. Even if you say that who is this one HRM, but who has done this MBA? What's your name? Lianage, eh? Taranga Lianage.
Taranga, yeah.
Yeah, you have done your HRM in MBA in HRM, no?
Yes, yeah, MSc in HRM.
Yeah. So there is a curriculum, not only in education. Everywhere you have that. So the term is very much popularized even after 16th century in London and Glasgow universities, those days itself. So curriculum is the basic essential element in a child's school education. That we know. So in our system, I'm just our system in the sense now you are there in Dubai. I don't know how the system is there, but in our system is I'm talking about the Sri Lankan system. Even that matches the international standard and everything. So the curriculum is directly dealt with the formal education system, or what we call the institutionalized education. That means institutionalized means what? What does it mean? Come on, tell me. Now, come out with your answers, because I can't keep on talking for 2 hours continuously. So you have to, I mean, it should be, we learn the system of learning. There are 3 T's. You might have heard about it. I learned about it. Even the College of Education people also, it's there in the syllabus, and other people also there, definitely. 3 T, the system of learning. Razina, can you tell me the 3 T's? You should answer me quickly, yeah? Razina?
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
You forgot.
I forgot.
You know that I forgot. Once I tell you now, each and every one of you will remember. The first one is the transmission.
Transmission, and then
what is the second one?
third one, transformation.
No, transformation is there. Actually, the second step is transaction.
Transformation.
And the third one is the transformation. Yes, I mean Tarangamis and Taranimis, Tilangamis. Rausana is there. I don't know. Rausana, right? We'll come to her now. Wait. So, have you heard about this? The others, this 3 T in learning: transmission, transaction, and transformation. Have you heard about this before? Now, what is this? Tarani Manohari, this as a teacher now, you must aware of it.
Thing is that like 3 T's, no. From that name, I couldn't get this before.
So it is there somewhere in another name, but what we call the 3 T's in the system. Okay. Now we'll talk about it later. What are the 3 T's? So what do you mean by institutionalized education? Now, what is that? What does it mean?
Apply the whatever curriculum or whatever the system to the formal body?
Yeah. No, I'm just asking in a single word, which is very much known to us. Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. But what is that institution? That's school system. School. Yeah, that's the system of school. Yes. That's what we are talking about it. So because where are you going to implement a formal curriculum? In a school. A formal curriculum cannot be implemented directly into the society, directly into the family system, directly in your home. Normally, you can't implement it, a formal curriculum. Actually, a formal curriculum should be implemented in a school or in some other colleges or in some universities or somewhere else, where a systematic learning is there, where a systematic assessment is there, where you expect a systematic and updated outcomes from the students, where it is monitored and where it is awarded. And in case if there are any mistakes or shortcomings, these things will be rectified during the assessment system. And at the final, you have an evaluation. So it is a cycle of learning. So you can't have this in directly at your home, right? You can't do it directly at the society. In the society now, we cannot expect it to be implemented. So it is the institutionalized means, it is the education. Because what I am talking here, the sentences are very much summarized and contracted. So you should get something, you should grab something from what I speak and what you discuss, what we discuss in the class, okay? Because we have to complete it. And right now, a curriculum at a school, that's what we are talking about it. You know that. I have step by step, I have planned, we'll see that. In case if you have any doubts or if you have any some other ideas beyond this or within this, you can come out with. Because I like it, because I don't know, Rasina might be knowing about my system of learning teaching, and Rusaida knows better than her sister. Curriculum at a school, there are two types, what we call the curricular activities, that is the formal activities, and the co-curricular activities. Right? There is another name for that, co-curricular activities. What's that? Extracurricular activities. We call it like that also. Have you heard about this? Extracurricular activities, what we call. So curricular curricular activities are formal classroom teaching activities. What we call, we have the syllabus, we have the textbook. The teacher will come there. There is a lesson plan, or what we call the activity plan. So how do you call it? Who is that? Tarangam is in Dubai.
Call it an extracurricular activity, ECAs.
No. I'm asking about the classroom learning materials and the teacher's plan, the teaching plan. What do you call? How do you call
lesson
that?
plan? We call it lesson plan.
Lesson, as well as in Sri Lanka also we have the same. It is the lesson plan, or in some other cases, especially when concerned with the primary classes, we say it the activity plan or something like that. In case if it is an activity-based learning, we call that the activity plan. So before that lesson plan, you have a scheme of work. Do you have there in Dubai? A scheme of work that has to be planned for a term or for a semester, and then that is sorted out as lesson. We have that, everything is there. That's the system internationally accepted, and what we have, there are very minor differences that depends on the nature of the learners and the area and the countries. To another country, there are some minor differences, but almost the same. So that is curricular activities, what we call the formal classroom teaching activities, and co-curricular activities. You can line up a lot. So for an example, I have given just 4: sports meet, forums. You get some student forum, the literary associations, science forums or science clubs. You have that, scouting and cadetting, and other competitions. You have the drama competition, art competition, or something. Everything comes under co-curricular activities in a school, right? So the entire process in the school is regarded as curriculum. So now we get a clear picture. You have that, but I just want to repeat it. It's just brushing up your knowledge. That's all. I'm not going to give you anything new, I think. You have everything. So the entire process in the school is regarded as curriculum. So whether it's, because earlier in the sense, in our Sri Lankan concept of learning, or just about 30 to 40 years back, we had an idea or a notion saying that the curriculum, when you speak about curriculum, they say that it's all the classroom activities. And it was accepted actually, because much or very less or not very much focused on other activities, co-curricular activities outside the class. So, but nowadays, in the latest, in the learning system, even in Sri Lanka or island-wide, or internationally, you don't have that. Even anything what you learn outside the classroom is also a curriculum, right? So we'll be talking about another curriculum system, which is called the hidden curriculum. So that also comes within this curriculum. I'll just let you know, I'll tell you, we'll discuss about it later. So now you have a clear picture. Now you have that, you know that everything and anything that happens within and outside the classroom in a school, right? So this is a curriculum. In case if it reflects in the society, and if you harvest something, or if you get something, or if you get an outcome from the society, what do you call it? What is the base of that? Do you understand what I ask? Do you know my concept, what I'm talking about? You implement, you plan something and you implement something, and you assess, or you get an outcome, or you get the harvest, or you get the results of implementing a curriculum in a school, that is within and outside the classrooms. Okay, so due to that, or as a result of it, the student, he takes something what you deliver to him, and he gets something from his knowledge and experiences. He takes it out of the school. He takes it to his home. He takes it to the society. So there he gets something. It has some sort of a rational link with what he learned, or what he was taught, or what he gained himself in the school and outside. So what is that called? That reflects outside the school, in the society, or in the house, or elsewhere, or in a peer group among his friends. That is also called a terminology is there. What is that? What is behind that? Can anybody guess or say? That's what I was talking about. That is called the hidden curriculum. Hidden curriculum is not directly taught at schools, taught at any educational institutions. Okay, but what he gets from that, the students develop something. The teachers, not only the students, even the teachers also learn. So the teachers, or the administration, or the people who are involved in this formal system of school, they get something, they develop something within themselves, then they take it outside. When they interact with the society, when they interact with their family members at schools, when they interact with the elder people, when they interact with parents or brothers, kids and kids, so they get something from that. But that is called the hidden curriculum, and it is not taught as a set of within a set of rules or set of expectations. So now, do you understand what is a hidden curriculum? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. In case if you have your own ideas, now you can. Now, once I speak, when I speak, so you can just recall your memories at schools, or recall the activities or something that happened at your workplace, even if it is not a school, or if you are working elsewhere, which is related to education or somewhere else. You can just recall the things, right? Due to an activity that happened in the school, or that happened in the workplace, that was developed, memorized by the learner, and that you can see that the result or the reflex in the society, because he just takes it and just try to connect it, or just try to compete it with the society, the system of the society, and they are from that, from the system of formal curriculum, and from the system of the society's living style, or the culture, or whatever it is, the political system, or the economical or the financial system, or the whatever the system they are in the society. He just want to match those things with that, and due to that, the students get another idea, he develops some other things within himself, and just he develops that culture, or that system of political anything. So that is called a hidden curriculum. So mind it, you don't have a set of rules for a hidden curriculum. You can't define a hidden curriculum that this is this much, and this is outside the curriculum, or this is what it is very blank, but we don't know, you can't say it. So a hidden curriculum has that set of characters. Okay. So that is called, so just within 4 or 5 lines, we speak a lot because there are some very much things behind it. So just you have to note down or keep it. Or I don't know, you can get the recordings. It is recorded, but I don't know whether it is available to you. It's recorded by the Apex campus there. So a teacher's part in the role of curriculum administrator is a wide range task. So we'll come to talk about what is the teacher's part. Okay. So can you say whether a teacher takes a part in in preparing a curriculum, in developing a curriculum, or does the teacher say that he doesn't have anything with the development of a curriculum? Or a teacher is just only a person who implements the curriculum? What can you say about it? Come on. What will you say?
Most of the time, teachers are the ones who implement the curriculum, and at some places, I mean, teachers are involved in making the curriculum also.
Right. Okay. Good. Most of the time, the teachers are the people who implement the curriculum. Any other answers? Other Taranga Miss or Tarani Miss or Tilanka Miss and Rausana? You have come out with your ideas and answers. We'll see. I'll just discuss. By discussing, we learn a lot because sharing experiences and knowledge is the best way of learning, you know. Just to sit in front of the laptop or the computer and come on, tell me you can speak. You don't have to get any other thing new because everything is there within you. Just compare it with the experience. And then you can say that in your professional experience, you have made so many things like this. Come on.
It's most of the time
teachers.
It's most of the time like teachers are there for implementing, like they implement what is the curriculum is. But like
yes.
if you like, yeah. Like end
Yes.
of the day, like if you have experience in something that we need to change the teachers to the school administration, then that goes with the suggestions. Then whoever the building up the curriculum and making up changes to the curriculum, get kind of notification from them.
Yes.
Yeah, suggestions from them.
Yeah, that's from through their experience and learning. So they can put forward their suggestions in developing curriculum. That's the summary, no? What you're talking?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, Rausana, can you just introduce yourself first before asking you the questions? I just want to. Rausana, can you come on?
Hello.
Yes.
So I'm Raushana from Kurnet. I'm an English teacher at government school. I am working for 9 years. Now I did the training college, English training.
English training college. Where?
Yeah. In here, Malkadua Teacher Center.
That is a distant education system.
Distant, yeah. Yes, I did.
Are you working in Kegunwal?
Yes, sir. Kegunwal. That's
your hometown.
Yes.
Okay, right, good. So, okay, that's good. So you also have a handful of experience and knowledge regarding this. So, but in Sri Lanka, when you talk about the curriculum development or administrating, the teachers directly who are involved with the school system or who are involved with the students, they have very less participation in developing a curriculum, actually, because we have a national policy of developing a curriculum, right? We have the National Education Commission that is there. So that's with the consultation of the education minister, then the National Education Commission is there. Then thereafter, the National Institute of Education is there, NIE, what we call It's there in Maharagama. So, and along with the Ministry of Education. So these are the bodies that govern the system of developing a curriculum. Okay, but they get our ideas, they get our proposals as teachers, they get the proposals from the intellectuals. Either you could be a teacher or a administrator, education administrator, or elsewhere from the system of university system, as a lecturer, as a professor, or any other people. Even an independent person can, once these what do you call this, your ideas and to develop the system, right? Because it's a changing system, it's not fixed to a point. So the curriculum, the system, and the implementation and everything. So, but in some other, I have heard in some other Western and the European countries, or in a developed country, almost teachers take a very significant and prominent role in developing a curriculum. Because that is one reason, because they are trained. You know, which country has the best school education system? Can you say?
Finland.
Yes, that's good. Finland is, it has the best school education system, and almost nearly 15,000 researchers or educationists visit Finland annually to do some research for that successful method of school system there. Nearly 15,000 around. So see how these the people, but I don't know, but I have gone through that system of education, but I don't know how far it's possible to implement the system in Sri Lanka. For example, I can say something. Can anybody say something about the system of school system of Finland there? Just if you have heard about it, or if you have learned about it, can you say? You have any ideas regarding the Finland system of school? Finland system, you know, in the school, the first and the best point that they don't have exams until, because that their system also changes. But when I went through a journal, when I read something, until 12 or 13 years, they don't have any exams. They don't have any assessment system, unlike in Sri Lanka or elsewhere. Even in Dubai also, you have as an assessment system from the beginning itself, no?
Yeah, so we follow the British curriculum. So England,
yeah,
so we have the same way.
So, but there, it is not a mandatory to conduct an exam or to evaluate, but the teacher, without knowing the student, will each estimate the position of a student, the learning at the step where he learns. So personally, indirectly, the teacher will assess the student, and the teacher will have the record with him or with her. And in case if you are a parent, if you want to see the progress of your child's learning, you can personally meet the teacher and ask where he is in the classroom. What is his position there? The report book is not given publicly in the morning assembly. They don't call the first, second, and the third student will come to the podium or the stage and receive the reports, and all other people, they don't do any work that such frustration, that demotivate the learning or the demotivate the thinking of students towards a better and fruitful learning in the future. They don't do so. Another one, if you say that, I'll tell you something. You can learn something. It's very interesting. Another thing, that if you want, if a student feels that he's sleepy, say that a student feels that he is bored, he's sleepy, so there is a restroom. He can go there and sleep, take some rest for some time. He can sleep, refresh himself, and come back to the class. So that's what I told you. In case now, if you implement this system in Sri Lanka, what will happen? Actually, I'm not degrading our country, but the nature is like this, no? If we allow a student to go and sleep, I just can't sleep and come, take some rest and come, what will happen? So that's what I feel. It's not that much. That's why we don't implement those things here. And also the teacher training, how long? The training will take for about how many years? Can you say? Do you know? It takes about 6 years for a teacher. A competent teacher will take about 6 years to become a professional in the system. There's the administrative trainings, learning teaching training, and the some other teaching, the security or the what do you call the nation security system training, and everything is there. A competent teacher comes out after 6 years of training. So they have a very much sound knowledge, experience, and thinking, a forward thinking. So they are automatically included in the system of curricular development and curriculum planning. So, but unfortunately, countries like developing countries like Sri Lanka, or even you say that in Dubai also, we don't have that such system, I think. Okay, so the teacher, so but theoretically wise, that we have to go through that. A teacher as a curriculum administrator should plan, should organize, should direct, should control, change it, evaluate it, and develop it to the next stage. As a teacher, the role of a teacher in a curriculum administrator, right? So you have to plan everything, what you are going to teach today, what you are going to tell, what you are going to converse with your student, what you are going to deliver with your. So you will organize it, then you will direct it, because you are the director of the scenario, right? To direct it, then you will have the control of it, right? You should have the control. What are the, can you tell me what are the basic management concepts? PODC? The very basic, what I'm speaking about, management concept. PODC, we call planning, organization, directing, and controlling. So there are some other sub branches of management, but just these are the basic things I'm talking about. PODC, what we call, right? Then changing, then evaluating your system of learning teaching system, what you have delivered to your students, what the students have learned. Are there anything to be changed? Are there anything to be newly implemented? Are there anything to be left out or the omitted? So then thereafter you developed the next stage or the next position of learning teaching or the curriculum there. So this is cycle wise. It happens in a cycle. Okay. Rausana, please switch off your mic. So it happens in a cycle. And okay, so that's the thing. So we'll say the characteristics of curriculum and its intentions. So what is expected from a curriculum? So what are the characters of a curriculum and what is expected from a curriculum in a school system? What do you call, right? So now I have given everything that you also have the idea. Just we'll go through this and discuss the ideas, discuss your matters. This is actually a pre-planned activity. And it is the intention of the school system, no? That is the basic concept, basic character. Definite. So what we think, what do you talk about a formal curriculum? Formal curriculum is that is implemented in the school system or the college system or an institutionalized system, what we talked about earlier. I spoke about this. So it is a pre-planned, right? All of a sudden you can't just pull out the text or any other book or any other thing and just you can't teach them. Huh? You should have a pre-planned activities there. And it is the intention of the school system, because that is the intention. What's that? Implementing and seeing the and just coming with the harvest or the outcome of the curriculum. So that is the intention of the school system. It should be there. No, that's what we spoke about from the beginning. There should be a target. There should be some organized activities. So that is the intention of the school system. Okay, that is one. That is the preliminary and the foremost one of the curriculums correct, pre-planned, and there should be an intention. The second one, a practical expectation of what should be done in a school, right? This is what we talk about. This is another thing. You can't, first one, implement everything that is there in the curriculum. You can't plan everything. First, you can't plan everything that is there in the curriculum. Then you can't implement everything in the curriculum. Even if you try to implement everything in a curriculum, you can't expect the top or the best outcome that was implemented from the curriculum. So always there is a practical, what do you call this, mismatch there. In another word, we can say that the intention, or what do you call the implementation, which is expected out of this implementation, and the real practice or the real results what we get. Do you understand? Do you understand what I spoke just? You got it? If you case in now, if you have any doubts or if you have any your experience, your ideas, just you can come up with that, because it's a discussion class. It's not just one-way transmission. It should be a transaction and a transformation system, right? Because you have to now discuss your experiences, your knowledge regarding the system, regarding the team, regarding what you work, and I will be coordinating it and organizing it. Okay. So a practical expectation of what should be done in a school. It is practically expected that what should be done in a school. But intention and expectation get two different results in practice. That's what we talk. Okay, because you can't implement everything. For an example, right, we can say, or even you also can say, that the intention and expectation cannot be achieved together completely, giving the same or giving what is theoretically expected results. It is very much or very less the probability is there to achieve it. In case some other cases you can do it, but almost most of the cases, more than 90%, if you take, there will be two different results. The practice, it cannot be carried out as said in the what do you call this, the curriculum, from teacher to teacher, from school to school, from student to student, from the what do you call this, country to country, from culture to culture, right? It is quite from environment to from another environment, it is quite different, right? You can't, but the textbook or the curriculum or your syllabus, the most prominent word in the curriculum is the syllabus, right? Syllabus covers up almost the very good part of curriculum, the term curriculum. So it can be they are same in a country, in a school system, but when implementing, you get different results. And also the system of implementation is quite different. For an example, I will tell you now. So you have to come out with one example, each of you, right? So this John, shut down this Zoom and leave for a while. Don't do it, because in the last class for the Tamil medium, just I asked some questions, and then there were 3 or 4 people missing in action there. When I asked a question, when I asked them to write something and read, when I asked them to discuss something and come up with the answers, for a while, just they left the session. Don't do it, right? Even if you don't know the answer, don't do it. We'll talk about it also. There are 5 types of teachers I have seen in my life, right? As a lecturer of a college of education, as a senior lecturer, I have almost 15 years of experience there in the professional system, making professional teachers. So I have seen, from my point of view, I will explain it to you now with examples and with practice and with practical view. I have categorized 5 types of teachers are there in a school, in a class, right? We'll talk about it later. Now, right? I will give you one example that the implementation of a curriculum is not always the same everywhere in a country, everywhere in an education system. Okay. So likewise, from your experience, from your knowledge, you also have to say one example each, right? You can just clearly see my example, what I am going to talk about. You can just make a similar or an identical experience or what you have witnessed throughout your service, right? Each and everyone should say one, okay? There are 4 people, Razina, Rauzana, Taranga, and Tarani, Tilanga. Sorry, 5 people are there, yes. Okay. The host, the recording has gone, Apex has gone. So there are 5 people. With me, 6. Right? Now, when you teach about in the primary school system, we can say any example. I'm just for an example, I say that. You can say that example from your own subject, what you teach, or from your system of curriculum implementation, or from your own school, or from your own life's experience. Okay, anything like this. In the Sri Lankan system, in a Sri Lankan primary curriculum, in the primary subject, ERA, we call environmental related activities. There are 3 basic major subjects in the primary. One is the mother tongue, then is the maths and mathematics, and the other one is the ERA, environmental related activities. So in that ERA, there is a theme, right? In each grade, from grade 2, 3, or 4, 5, you get the same themes are developed to another complex stage, right? Our country, our well-being, the themes are there. Our well-being, if you take a theme, our well-being in grade 2 or grade 3, that goes to the next complicated stage in grade 4. But the same theme, same topic, our well-being, right? So likewise, that's the theme, transport, right? Transport. So now say that a teacher is going to teach today in a day's his or her activity plan is going to introduce the road signals to students, right? Because it's nothing worth if you just learn only the theory and just pass out, skip out this and get the certificate. You have to, what do you call this, practice it in your life. Even you have to practice it with your own children, your kids, no? It's not that asking about your personal life, but it needs to a discussion because as parents, because I'm a parent, so I have kids. So like was Tarani, Miss Taranga, Miss, you have kids, no? Children, no?
Yeah, yes, I do have. I have 2 girls.
You have 2 girls. And Razina, do you have, I don't know, a
Yes,
baby?
yeah, I'm having a son.
A baby,
Yeah.
right? Even because I'm going to tell an exam because this is because we are adults and it is a system of learning through experience and knowledge. Not only through knowledge-based learning, it is some based competency-based learning through these competencies through our knowledge and experience. So you have to share your experience. From that, you learn something and I learn something while sharing our experiences and knowledge. Right? Okay. So say that the teacher is going to teach what do you call this? Transportation, and transportation is going to teach the road signals. Okay. We'll take 3 teachers. I'm talking about the Sri Lanka's atmosphere or the landmark system. A teacher from a school in Colombo or from a school in city, you say. Because why I speak about Colombo, we have the road signals almost each and everywhere we can see that. So a teacher from Colombo. And another teacher from you say that from my hometown, say my hometown, I am from close to Kalmane area, Nindore I am from. Say that from my hometown, Nindore, right? I say that. Another teacher from a remote area. Say that somewhere else from in Sri Lanka, where can we say? From Mahiyangana, right? There are some villages, not only in Mahiyangana, I am not pointing out Mahengana. But elsewhere, I just for an example, I say that from Mahengana, because a place, a remote village, in a remote village, a remote area. So the curriculum is the same in Sri Lanka for grade 3 transportation. Okay, the syllabus is the same, but almost the teacher is also same. Say that these 3 teachers are passed out students of a college of education. We'll say that. Okay, these 3 teachers are passed out students from a university or from a college of education or from a teacher training college or from any other learning system. So these 3 teachers will have almost the same system of learning, system of evaluation in their college, right? It is 100% almost the same. Okay, and the concept, the delivering the concept to them is also the same in the system learning, that is same, but their workplace is quite different. So all 3 students population, that is also different. The Colombo students, they have some sort of knowledge, experience, and the environment culture is there. In Ninto, my hometown, that is some sort of different, and in Mahyangan place in a remote village, that is, but the curriculum is the same. We have the same textbook. We have the same teacher's guide. So how are you going to teach the road signal or signal lights, what do you call? As a competent teacher, as a professional teacher, you have to adapt 3 different systems of teaching there in order to give that best idea to the students. We'll take the Colombo teacher, Colombo student. If you just tell them that there are signal lights in order to regularize or in order to control the system of traffic, a system of pedestrians, in order to make them ease to move for the transportation, this signal light is used. That is one thing. So when you speak about the structure of a system light, can you say which is on top? What color is on top? Come on. Quick.
Red.
Red light.
Yeah, red is there. Very good. Because when I ask a question, suddenly they don't answer. They have a doubt. Is it red or green? They know that probably the orange or the yellow is in the middle. Or even everyone knows that. But whether it's green or red on top, actually red is on top. Then you don't have to, you just have to say that the red is to stop and simply, and the orange or the yellow, what you call, is to get ready to stop or get ready to move. Both, no, in both occasions you see that. And the green one, that you are allowed, the way is clear and you are allowed to, even for a pedestrian, you can cross with a green pedestrian signal light, or in a vehicle, you can see that round or any shape, any other square shape light that's fixed on the roads. So for a Colombo student, you can simply say this and they will understand, because they see almost 8 to 10 or 10 to 15 signal lights daily on the way to their schools. So the teacher can simply say that system. But in my hometown, in Nintaur or in Kalmane also we have signal lights, but in Nintaur we don't have. So we say that in Nintaur, for a primary student, if you say that it is like this and this and this, will that go through that? Will that be adapted? Will that be actually realized, or that by the student as understood, or as it is known to a student in Colombo? Definitely no. So what the teacher has to do is to draw that picture, the color signal, color lights or the signal lights picture, that's a red on top, and just so the visual is the most stressed or the most perfect matter of keeping something in our memory. Yeah, rather than listening, rather than reading, the visual things, we capture them very quickly, and we have a long time memory there for the visual. So the teacher has to draw those things in a demi sheet or in a bristle board or somewhere else and show it or place it in the displaying board. You should not, I don't know, in Sri Lanka, I see I don't give marks even when I go to observe my teaching practices. What's the Razina? Have you heard about my words regarding the teaching aids or the demo sheets that you use and with the blackboard or the whiteboard? And some other for huh?
No, you always say about class.
Yeah, I used to say that
ASP.
not to paste
Yeah.
it on the blackboard.
Yeah.
I don't give marks for those people who paste those because blackboard or the whiteboard is used only to write and it's not a display board. So as a teacher, you have to set up another display board by the side of the blackboard or the whiteboard or the green board or any other board. But now we have interactive boards, smart boards, and everything there in the classroom. Even in our college also we have. At that, Razina, I think during your time, you might not have seen those things, but now we have some sort of sophisticated system in our college lecture rooms. We have the smart boards, then the interactive boards, then multimedia projector computers we have given to each course and everything. So now, because now soon after this corona and this economic crisis, now the even in the Western countries, you can bring your mobile phones, laptops to the class, and you can learn anything. So that is permanent. That is one thing that have happened good by the side of students, but there are some other problems also, that there are some nuisance and some other disturbances, but you have to use it properly. Okay, that's gone. So the teacher can display it by the side in the board. But in a remote village in Mahiangal, what should the teacher do? From my point of view, the teacher should make these color bulbs and that switches on red, orange, and then green. When you get the vehicle there, this is what happens, this is what happens next, and this is what will happen next, right? So then those students, because they might have not seen these signal lights in their practical life. So definitely they will get a clear, good picture. So that is the two differences. So that is the three different results in practice. Okay, the intention, the expectations, the competency, and the curriculum is the same, but the implementation and the practice and the outcome is quite different. Outcome is okay, but what you see that from the student get that idea is quite different from preschools. Do you get it? Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So likewise, sharing our practice. Practice is the best way of learning. Likewise, I'll just give you 5 minutes. Just think some ideas, just think some things, or what ideas, what I spoke about in relation to what I spoke about this. And just I'll give you 5 minutes time. And each and everyone, you should come out with your own ideas and on the same thing like this in throughout your experience. Okay, while the intention or the system is same, but the practicing result, the practicing type is different. So you just guess something. You don't have to guess that is not available, that is not practically seen. You can take it from your own experience, from your own learning, teaching experience. And just I'll give you 5 minutes time, and you have to come out with the idea. We'll just share it and see. Okay. Okay. Shall we start? Huh? Now it's time. We'll start. Who is going to say first? Your experience. Come on. Teachers can say first because you have a lot of experience. Asina, say.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the curriculum in Sri Lanka is, I mean, the expectation and the things that we get are both, I mean, they are in two different poles. I mean, they are, I mean, in real life, the expectation is different and the results we get is very different.
Oh yeah, what I am asking you is just to say an example in your system. That's enough. That's enough. An example, what I spoke.
Yeah, that one, I mean, in my experience, when we are implementing a syllabus, I mean, a curriculum is basically, it is given as syllabus, and then in a classroom, there are so many, the number of students are sometimes, as you said earlier, in certain parts of the country, in different parts of the country, it is different. And the curriculum, that means that we are implementing, are expected in a way that we cannot implement it. For example, in science, when we talk about a lesson like in electricity, like a thing, it should be done like practical wise. If we give the knowledge only, a student will be able to understand and achieve the targeted outcomes through that lesson. But I mean, in my school, the number of students are, it's a bit high, and every student don't get a chance to do it practically. And then, when when it is taught as a theory, they get it like theory, and they don't know how to, fix a bulb also, because they lack the practical side. And the resources that we have in our schools are also very less. That means we can't, that cannot be provided to each and every student. And for that problem, we can use, a smart board or something. Now we have e-classroom system and all. In that way, we can show them how to fix how to create electrical circuit, and then how to fix it, and so many things from that. But for that also, we should have a smart board. Likewise, so many problems that we are facing in day-to-day school activities.
Okay, that is your view, and you said that it is quite different when practicing something. Right. Okay. Next. Yeah. Right. Okay. Next one. Thank you. Right. Next. Who is next? Make it short and sweet. Okay. Come on. Come.
Okay. For me, like when in Sri Lanka, when we were studying the lesson objectives are the phonetical awareness or letting know in the English letters. So we learned as ABC in Sri Lanka. So when I moved here, it's like, I know it's not, it might have changed in Sri Lanka as well now, but I'm telling my personal experience. So when I moved here, so I moved to the British curriculum school, and we have like average schools and premium schools. So first I joined in the average school, British curriculum, under same management. So over there, when we're teaching phonics, we mostly like, there was more Asian teachers. So we were mostly concerned about get them right, and like mostly the writing part. We use lots of worksheet. We focus on mostly on the writing part.
Yeah.
But when I moved to the premium school with most of the teachers from England, then I chose like the way that we were doing is totally different. Same thing that are teaching phonics. Like they were not even thinking about the writing. They always use about like in earlier they think mostly the important part is fine motor. At the end of the year, like since the fine motor is built up, automatically children's writing abilities is well built as well. So like it's like two different ways that how we get the same curriculum, but in two different ways we have used.
You have the practice and the harvest, the results.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Okay, okay. Thank you. That's a good point of view that you have. Okay, next. Next one, quick. Who is next?
Can I talk?
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, what we learned is almost high standards of the theories we learn, but in the practical lives, actually, we can't implement everything in the school. Sometimes it's lack of resources, and sometimes we are not in good. I mean, like, still we are like very junior teachers, like 5 years experience kind of things. There are so many experienced teachers are there, and sometimes they are not allowed us to use the same practical methods like them. So at that time, sir, we are not in position to give the maximum for our children.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm agreed with Ms. Taranga also, because in the edXL syllabus and the Cambridge syllabus, in if I consider about the edXL syllabus, they have more practicals than the Cambridge. So in our schools, we don't have much of availabilities to do the much, especially in science, we don't have much facilities to do the science experiments and let the children to see what is happening
Yeah.
end of that. So those are the things happening, sir. So we learn maximum things in our book for the certificates and everything, but in the practical lives as teachers, I think one side we are so much of unlucky to give the maximum to the children as we knew.
Yeah.
That is there actually.
So yeah, but yeah, when in practice, it is quite okay. Let's go next. Who is next? You have any other idea? Rausana, Razila, okay. Sri Lanka has gone. Rausana, you have any idea? Rausana?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So actually, it is raining. Sometimes I am unable to get the
connection. Yeah, it's
connection
disturbing you.
problem. So that's why, yeah. Actually, in practical life, I also unable to give the. Hello.
Yeah. Speak.
Can you hear us, sir?
Yes. You can see me, no, in the video.
Yes, sir, I can see.
Yeah. So
in
I am listening to
practical
you.
life,
Yeah.
yes, sir, in practical life, I am also unable to give the in this situation. I am unable to give the multimedia problems. The now the education system also maybe in technology. I had experience in for 5 years experience in rural schools, and those situation I had an experience for teaching as like that visual aids and using visual cards like that. In rural area, the students also less students. Sometimes if I take the lesson about the grade 4 lesson example, joy of work, the as an example, doctors, teachers, nurse, if we face to if I face lots of problems regarding this situation, but now I am working in a motivated school here now, but there's also no facilities to improve my knowledge like that in technologicals multimedia problems. I think in this Sri Lankan education actually now, yeah, it is very efficient and it is useful to the student to overcome these problems. We can update the students by doing these technology like that.
Right. Okay. Very good. I got your ideas, and it's worth discussing and getting to know what you have gained throughout the years. Okay. Let's go. It is the most concerned activity when considered point 3. Yeah, that's what we spoke about earlier. Point 3. It is a teacher's job to match intention and practical expectation. But it is our job to continuously. We cannot give lame excuses. Say that it's impossible to come out with what is expected in the curriculum to this school, this teacher, these students, and this environment. But continuously, we can't say that. It is a teacher's job to match intentional and practical expectations. So, right. So, according to Oliver, a learner, an educationist in 1988, in his book, curriculum is taught at schools. Composition of subjects, no? So you get that idea. Contents of subjects. Composition of aids and apparatus. Collection of objectives of targets or outcomes. Dealt in and outside the school. Experience gained through school. Planned whole activities of a school. So the last one, the final one, is the foremost one that gives the best point what is curriculum. Planned whole activities of a school, right? So the system of a school is purely based on implementing the curriculum. According to Mars and Stafford, curriculum is a correlation with the experiences gained by students and the planned activities by the school. Yeah, that's another way of saying that. Because a teacher has a correlation on either side. That is from a teacher to student and from a student to teacher. The student interrelated transaction is simpler, right? So the curriculum, it is the experiences gained by the students and the planned activities of the school along with the teacher. There is a correlation. So this is where we are going to talk about the 3T, what I spoke earlier. The T1 is transmission, T2 is transaction, and the T3 is the transformation. Okay, just to give you with some examples, if I say that in the earlier stages, right, in the era before Christ, or in somewhere in the Plato's or Socrates or those people, Aristotle's people, and then people be after these Plato and some other people, the teaching and the learning was purely based on one way of passing knowledge, that is called the transmission. A radio transmits, right? A radio transmits the message, or the songs, or the news, or anything like that. So you cannot say that you stop it now. You cannot say that you have some other different ideas. That is because in the radios now we listen to songs and we discuss with the broadcasters and the presenters of the program. That is not the matter I am talking about. The system of giving the message. It is a transmission. So you cannot, the learner in a radio, you are the listener there. Or the client, you are the client there. The learner or the client has no sort of ideas or influence or his wills to share it with the teacher, the person who delivers the message. So that is called the transmission. There is only one way of conducting messages. There is only one way of giving the message. So those things, those are the system of learning that was there in the earlier stages, right? In the stage of in the time of the Plato, and what we talked about the philanthropists or the philosophers of education or the like. So the students, they had no choice of selecting, right? Because even if you liked, if they liked it, if they didn't like the situation, the scenario brought by the teacher, they were compelled, they forcefully taught. They had no other options. If not, they'll be put out of the school, they'll be put out of the class, that's all. So they cannot emerge as leaders, they cannot emerge as professionals, they cannot emerge as a scholar in the society. Automatically they'll be dropped out or they'll be chased out from the school. When you talk about Plato, you say that Plato we take as an exemplary personality. Plato's in the system, in the era of education and the development of the human, right? But even, have you heard about, normally we hear the word academy here now. The word academy is a Latin word that was derived, that was used by Plato before 3,000 years. Academy was the name of his school. Plato named his school as academy. That is a place where you learn something. So now we hear so many academies are there in the nooks and corner of every place. That academy, this academy, maths academy, science academy. Yeah, we have so many academies are there. So the academy term was, that is a Latin word that was used by Plato. But Plato himself made a terrible mistake when viewed from the modern view of learning or education. You know, there was a board hanging below the name of academy. Academy is the name, what you call the international, some other schools or place, yeah, or institute. But there was another board hanging. Can you say that? What was there? Can anybody know that? You have not heard about it. So there, the minus marks is given to Plato by the modern scholars. Even you also can give minus marks if I tell you that. Right? You know what is written? Those who have no knowledge of geometry should not enter this academy. See how it was a critical thought. If you don't have the idea or don't have the concept or don't have the mathematical concept of geometry, you cannot enter into his academy to learn anything. In maths, in mathematics, you know that one is geometry, one part, the main part. What is the other part? Mathematics can be divided into two basic categories. Science teachers, mathematics.
Arithmetic.
Basic, yes. Arithmetic one, or what you call the algebra one. Okay. Geometry and algebra. Oh, it's based like that. So we cannot say why he had that idea of writing like that. If you don't know, if you have no knowledge on geometry, you can't go there for learning. Can you accept it? But that was accepted those days. But now in the trend of modern era, in the system of learning, what we call the competency-based learning, learner-based learning, you know, activity-based learning, we speak so many terms. We speak with so many system of learning. How can you accept that? Can you accept it? Definitely you can't. Because he wanted to have a student there. That should be the reason, because it was not disclosed by him anywhere. I don't know. To my knowledge, I have not learned about the reason for what it was written so. But I can, or we can get from that is, it is with some sort of an aesthetic interest or knowledge. Because geometry is working with some apparatus drawings and you know, some shapes and the planes and the degrees and everything, you know. So a person has some sort of an aesthetic or some interest or taste in that, will have some ideas, some creative ideas. I don't know, probably might have his thoughts so, according to my knowledge, because I have not learned anything for why the reason why it was written so. So he wanted to have people with some aesthetic knowledge or the taste. I think so. That should be so. So, but was quite wrong. It is. Now we can't say anything. You can't reject the student. You can't reject. You have to develop the competency of the student, and you cannot forcefully enter into your ideas into a student's brain, life. So that was the system there. The transmission was there. And then later on, it was built to transaction. Transaction means, what is transaction? You speak something, you give something to the teacher, I mean to the student.
Two-way.
Yeah, two-way, by way. So you student, and then the student comes out with his ideas. He has his doubts, he has his experience, he has his knowledge, he has his pre-experience. Then he tackles with you regarding the matter. So he gives you the answer. He asks you his doubts and everything. So that is called the transaction. Okay, that is also a better way of learning. No? You have to discuss with the teacher and like what feel. And the other one is the third one is the transformation. What do you think of transformation? Come on, tell me. What is your idea of transformation in learning? Learning. Come on, anybody? Any idea about transformation in the system of learning of a student, of a child?
A teacher should transform. I mean, she should adapt her to the students, those who who is, I mean, who is taught by her. I mean, for their learning abilities, she should transform.
You say that she should change the style of teaching system
She
according
should,
to their taste.
have, yeah.
According to their,
I mean, yeah.
you say that. Okay, yeah,
And
that
they
is one
should,
way of
and both,
transformation, but I'm not expecting that
and
answer from you.
and both the
No.
students and the teacher should, I mean, they should interact with each other.
Yeah. That is the transaction part is there. Interacting with each other is the transaction part. But the transform, right, we'll come to that. Next one, come on, tell me your ideas. The transformation. Come on, anybody?
The change.
Okay, Taranimis, come on.
Yeah, as a systematic change in the current situation.
No. I am expecting the answer from the side of the students. Because transmission, I said, what is understood by the word transformation in the system of learning? That's what I'm asking. That's purely based, almost based on the student, but there is transformation of the student also, the teacher also. Tarangamis?
The change in the child, like the gain knowledge or the behavior change, the changes between the child after what, like it's a reflection of what they have done, like after the lesson.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. You know, the transmission is there. Even if I say that in the first class, you're just going to introduce something to a student or group of students or the class of students, which is new to them. That means it is a way of transmission because they have no prior knowledge, no prior experience regarding the matter, competency, what you are going to introduce there. Then that is the transmission. Then through that, from after the transmission, you get the transaction there because they will have some ideas. They will bind up with their pre-experience, right, regarding this matter. They'll be thinking of that. Then they will have some doubts, or they'll come out with some answers or something. Whether it's it can be right or wrong, but the transaction is there. So what, as you said, is the transformation is some sort of the attitudinal, behavioral, and knowledgeable changes that get from these type of learnings. So the students move themselves to the next stage. They think they are own. They create on their own. They get their own ideas. They learn on their own. They invent, or sometimes you can say that they discover something new. Can be. Yeah, it is hidden or somewhere else. Or so they can invent something new in the system of learning or something like that. In their own system of learning, what I'm talking about. So they get some sort of an idea from what they have learned in the past. So that is the best work of a teacher. Teacher is a facilitator to the learner, right? Teacher is not to give everything to the learner, not to pack him up with his ideas. He is a facilitator. He has to guide the way, and the learner himself learns. Right? So that is called transformation, right? Okay, that is very clear. So the hidden curriculum, number 7, hidden curriculum is also included in the system, which has no obvious objectives, but we talk. Okay. So we spoke about the hidden curriculum here. So there is no clear and concrete fixed objectives in a hidden curriculum, right? That differs. That depends on the system of the school, the country, the education system. That is quite different. But so the ancient idea of curriculum, there's a question there. As a teacher, discuss about your role of curriculum administrator with us. With each character that everything we were discussing in the just now, right? The question has the summarized view, but we were discussing something and you came out with your ideas as a curriculum administrator. What was the problem you faced there, and your ideas regarding that, moving from one step to another step, or one role to another. That is the question here. So we don't want to do it again. We come to the ancient idea of curriculum. It was purely based on the formal nature of learning. That's what I told you. It was only based on the system of T1, transmission. It was meant for a group of subjects proposed for teaching by the teacher. So it was teacher-based or teacher-centered, the ancient idea of curriculum. Nowadays, it's not so. So broadly based on the concept of transmission that I was talking about, transmission. That indicates only one way of passing knowledge from the teacher to students. That is very clear. Now you have a very clear idea. And you have a clear idea on all three T's, I think. So no bilateral or multilateral communication preferred among the society and as well as all of them. So because it was strictly adhered, you can say that in those society, because sorry, no bilateral or multilateral communication was preferred by the scholars there. That means you should not ask anything. Even normally, when you have only the first T, transmission, the idea, the concept, definitely it will not develop in a student. Okay. So his thoughts, his ideas, his views are very much restricted or limited. So he won't come up with that circle without come out of the circle, definitely. Okay. So that was preferred by the scholars. Even Plato or Socrates or anybody might have preferred so. That there should be no question from the students, from the society. If they say something, this is this subject and this is this one, this should be accepted and this should not be, this should deny it, then that should be followed. That was accepted. That was expected by the scholars and accepted by the society. Right? Those things nowadays, but not now. It is not so. According to Dennis Lawton in 1973, in the model of ancient curriculum, in his book, the teacher directly implements that in those things, model of ancient curriculum, it goes to the pupil. Only one way, not the conduction for the teacher to pupil, formal ideas constitute the curriculum here. Well, that is, I have in a view like that, I have given like this. The teacher, the curriculum methods directly goes to the pupil, and there is no way of reverse or no way of bilateral interaction between the teacher and the pupil. Okay. But the modern idea of curriculum, you can see this, no? See the screen, no? Can you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Because actually I told you, even I think I told you in the last class also, I don't know how the other lecturers are doing. Probably they might be using PowerPoint presentation. Is it so? Your other subjects?
Yeah,
Yes, most of the
time.
Most of the time.
Yeah, PowerPoint. And so, but I don't want to use it because if I use PowerPoint presentation, then only a restricted part of the system or the content can be displayed there. So we cannot talk like this. We cannot, line up like these ideas. So that's what I have developed it in a PDF format as a module system. Once this module is over, I will send it to you through your director, through the Apis Campix. So you can have it in your phone or laptop or something, or you can have it even as a hard copy, because you have to answer the what do you call this, your assessment. As you don't have written exams, is it so? Do you have? For this one?
It's mostly assignment based. So after this lecture, we had to submit assignments, and but they said they have one online assessment at one time.
One time, that is an assignment
Online.
or assessment means how? I was not instructed, so that's the thing that I'm asking.
So like as the final, we need to do one kind of online assessment, like question answer time, like live one.
A live one.
Yeah.
So this then if you have this as a hard copy or something, that probably it would help you, no? So yeah, that's why I just wanted to share like this. Okay, the modern idea of curriculum. Different idea theories are presented by various scholars in the latter half of the 20th century. We'll see those later. Various aspects of the curriculum were discussed, such as the definitions, the theories, because so many theories are there, so many definitions are there. Even those theories and the definitions differ from country to country, from scholar to scholar, from region to region, from time to time, because everything was purely based. They just want to practice out what was there, what was seen in their society. So purely based on the society, on the time. So, but the basic fundamental concept is the same, but the stretching out of the definition is quite different. You can say different types of rays of ideas from each scholar. As a whole, we have to learn everything, and as a whole, you will get that very clear. If you ask to write something, write 100 words about, or speak 100 words about the curriculum, then you'll have to use everything, each and every scholar's ideas as a whole, and you have to do it. So planning methodology, then the different models based on the needs. The methods of evaluation is there, the organization patterns, the organization of contents, development of new principles. So those things are included in the modern idea. So as a result, now we have a broader idea on the theme of curriculum. Now, right? So according to Dennis Lawton, once again, the model of modern curriculum is given like this. So you can see that it just go through that. The curriculum theory, there is philosophy, then sociology, then psychology is there. So from the curriculum theory, it goes to the school, the teacher and the pupil. Then the teacher and the pupil interact with each other. Then that is based on the platform of contents of the subjects and the methodology. So it is given as a what do you call this? What do you call it is a conceptual map. You can say that a concept as a conceptual framework of a map. It is given like that in order to understand it easily. So this is how Dennis Lawton came up with this idea of that one. So from this concept diagram, this is called the concept diagram, and it is clearly understood that all things and activities organized and presented by school in order to provide a wide experience to students. That's all. That's what we are talking from the beginning. So hidden curriculum at school. Now the next one, that is also I have given you an idea, because you can't blindfoldedly you can't enter into a system, into a learning point. So that's what I just wanted to introduce these things at the beginning of the lesson itself, and now you'll come to it. So now you know that what a formal curriculum will directly affect or put on an influence on the students' learning and behavioral patterns, that you know that. But there are some other things that will indirectly affect the learning and behavioral patterns. That means indirectly affecting means how? Through this formal curriculum, the students will culture, they'll have their own system that based on the society and their peer groups and the family, right? So that is the indirect effect of that. For an example, say this school organization. Each school has different organizations that is brought or that is cultured from what you teach there. So what is given to the school, to system, to the students. So that is called school organization, right? Then the teacher's attitude, throughout this what do you call this interaction with the students, the teacher's attitude play a main role, because they develop some other attitude which could be what do you call this, optimistic or pessimistic. So that is influenced by the students, and as well as the students are influenced by the teachers, right, by delivering something. So the manner, the way of learning, the way of the discipline that the teacher maintains in the school, right, the system or the style of communication with the students. The syllabus is same, the subject is same, the content is same, but the delivering discipline is quite different to teacher, to that is the individual difference. In psychology you might have learned what is an individual difference. So that's quite different. Two teachers cannot deliver the same topic or the same content with the same system, with the same attitude, with the same system of learning teaching. It's quite different. So that also difference there. Then the religious and the cultural beliefs. That is another one, right? Even in Sri Lanka or even in elsewhere in the country, you see that the religious, what do you call this, interest on on the system, on the culture or developing the school and the students. And then the community expectations. That is another one, because the community is there outside the school. So it expects something from the school. It is very watching. It's purely and clearly watching the outcome of the school, even in the curriculum or in the co-curricular activities, right? We speak even in our country, we say that school is well known. It's best for only sports. We see no studies there. So that is the community's view. But the community doesn't expect so. The community expect a balanced curriculum and a co-curriculum output there in the school. Okay, so that is what the community expectations. So that is another one. So these exert influence on the students' learning and attitudinal organizations within the school systems. And so this is playing. This screen is running behind the students. But what we forecast or what we focus in the curriculum or the syllabus directly, and due to this implementation of this curriculum, there is another film, there is another idea is running behind the students, behind each and every student. But that differs from student to student, from school to school, because the community, the religious beliefs, the cultural beliefs, and the family organization, and the background of the students' home, everything that depends from that. Okay. That's what I told you. Also, it varies from school to school and region to region within a country itself, even within Sri Lanka itself. We see that. That's what I'm talking about. The cultural and the religion, based on the beliefs, the system is quite different. So, according to Hendricks in 1983, these different learning experiences, which are not clear and not generally planned, are found in every school and in every classroom. So that, I mean, in each and every country, you see that, I think. There, even not only in Sri Lanka, you see this. So this could be named as hidden curriculum. So do you have you got a picture what is hidden curriculum? Probably you might have got a picture that is compared to this formal curriculum. This is a hidden curriculum. It is not written by the ministry. It is not written by the school. It is not written by the teacher. It is not written by the student. It is not written by the parents, but it is created. It is formed as a result of implementing the formal curriculum in a school. Okay, you got it. So what is a hidden curriculum? A group of learning experiences that exist in the school environment and exerts a tremendous influence on the students. Yeah, this hidden curriculum is giving a influence on the students, but are not clear and not planned behavior pattern is called a hidden curriculum, because you cannot define it. You cannot give a what do you call this boundary to it, because it's not clear and it's not planned. It's not written in a written format, right? You see this. Even if you observe a student, you can see this. So from what you have learned above, it is clear that the school curriculum is constituted with three parts of sections. One is formal subject teaching activities, that is called the formal curriculum. The other one is the co-curricular activities. As a result of these both, you get the hidden curriculum. Okay, right. So I have a question here. There are two questions. One is speak on the model of modern curriculum. Then explain briefly, citing examples of hidden curriculum and its influence observed by you at your school. Okay, so now we have learned about what is the modern curriculum. So, but I will give you this question 3 as your assessment, as your home assessment. But we'll make a slight change it, because you have to focus on a student and focus on a situation like this. So we'll come to assessment question 3. Explain briefly, citing example. Just cite one example is enough. Huh? Not just for the given in the sake for question. I have given examples, but one is enough of hidden curriculum and its influence observed by you at your school. So it is like this. You can understand. You can take it like this. You take your class. So this is how you're going to answer this question. You just write down this and let me know in the next class. Okay. You just write down this, because without writing you cannot just at least in a point form, right? Take a student and observe what he has learned or what he has developed on the platform of hidden curriculum, because you have the lesson, you have the curriculum, you are going to implement the curriculum in your classroom. You are going to assess it. You are going to award him the curriculum. So by that, you will come to know that the student has developed something outside this curriculum based on the school environment, outside the school, the society, the community, and from his home environment. So you will see some okay. You can hear me, no? Yeah, so that is automatically reconnected. And we'll wind up with this. That's what. So you have to come up with your answers in the next class. Saying that what you have, take a single student. Don't take them as a whole. Just observe a student. Just take the idea, take the picture of a student. And you can say that what the hidden curriculum has influence in his lifestyle that you have observed. So you have to come out with that specific answer. I don't want the theoretical concept now. We have learned the theories now. We have learned what is curriculum, what is co-curriculum, what is a formal curriculum. So I don't want to explain those theories, theoretical background once again. Just come with the example of this theory. Select only one student. Do you understand? Take only one student and observe him. As a result of your curriculum, your formal curriculum and your co-curriculum, what he has developed or what is running behind him. As a teacher, you should observe him. So just take one example and let me know. We'll discuss in the next class. Okay. We'll wind up with this. And how do you feel the class was? Were you satisfied, or, I mean, just in one answer, just in a single word?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
sir. Very much.
yeah, because I just want to know, at least you should gain something. You should get something from attending this class. Otherwise, it's pointed. That's all. That is what I also want to give you, because it's just sharing our ideas, knowledge, and experiences. So if you catch up something in this class, that is the success of this class. Okay, thank you very much. We'll wind up with this and meet in the next class. But come out with this written answer. You can read it out in the class. Take just only one student and one situation or one scenario that is that this particular student has developed within himself as a hidden curriculum. Because you have the concept now, basically. Okay. Don't worry, you'll get the correct answer. Okay, bye. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.